Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy from With Love by Amy, and today we're going to make this cute ghost card with no stamps. Alright, first off, I have this pack of embellishments from K & Company. My mom gave it to me for my birthday, and she said that she got it from a thrift store, so more power to her. I love thrift stores. And then we're going to use these metallic markers from Crayola, and I was inspired by the background of that skeleton head that was in the package of embellishments. And so I kind of wanted to make my paper for the card background, for the card panel, the same color. So I just got a scrap of lavender cardstock, and I'm going to take, it says it's pink, but it looks purpley to me. And I'm just going to kind of scribble over the background to make it kind of like distressed. And I really like the way it turned out. I did it on my glass work surface so that any paint that went over, or marker that went over the edges, would be easy to wipe off with a baby wipe. And there's the color of the marker I picked from the metallic markers. And then I decided I was going to use this tearing tool from Creative Memories. It's really old. I have no idea if it's still available. I'm sure there's probably some dye that helps you make a torn looking edge on your paper now. But I did this to all four sides of the panel of cardstock that I had. And then I dumped out the whole package of embellishments, and I was very impressed with these. Some of them are had sparkles on them, and it's interesting because when I first started out, I totally thought I was going to use that skull with the purple background, and then I found some really cute sparkly pumpkins, and nothing really spoke to me except for that trick-or-treating ghost, which I kept going back to the trick-or-treating ghost. And then when I was putting it all together, I was realizing that these are double-sided. One side has sparkly stuff on it, and the other side does not, which is pretty cool. I, of course, chose the sparkly side because I can never have enough sparkles. And for all the little pieces of candy, they all had glittery sparkles on them too. And I popped all of them up with dimension, so there I am using my foam squares. And I am not going to show you the painstakingly long process that it took for me to put all the foam squares on the back of all these things, because peeling the adhesive off the back of my foam squares takes me way too long for some reason. I'm not even sure why, but I did cut some little foam squares in half and put them on the stick of the lollipop and on the shoes of the ghost person. And yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna torture you with making you watch me pull the adhesive off all the back of those, because it takes me way too long. I did choose a green card base, and because the ghost is pretty big, I did a 5x7 card base, and the cardstock is like kind of like a green with a little bit of texture to it, so it's kind of cool. But I just glued that panel into basically the center of the 5x7 card base, and then I'm going to stick the popped up ghost on there. And I lied. There is a stamp for the greeting. I didn't have to put a greeting on it, but my initial intention was to stamp it directly onto the ghost's body. So the ghost's body would just say Happy Halloween. However, after I put the foam dots on it and popped it up, then I realized I had not put the Happy Halloween greeting that I wanted to use. So I just grabbed a scrap of white cardstock and I put it into my MISTI, and we're stamping the Happy Halloween sentiment on a little tiny piece of cardstock. And it turned out great on the first try. And then I'm just cutting it kind of wonky all around the sentiment. And I'm going to take some crumb cake ink from Stampin' Up, and I'm going to kind of distress the edges of it and try to make it look a little bit like the ghost. Because if you see the ghost up close, he's a little bit, he or she, I don't know, they're a little bit distressed and a little bit darkened around the edges and stuff. So I wanted the sentiment to kind of match the ghost, the look of the ghost. And there I am. It's taking me like way too long to get it the way I want it to look. I'm just kind of tapping ink all over the edges. And there I like it. So now I'm done, and I'm going to glue it to the ghost's body. And obviously, a card like this doesn't even necessarily have to have a sentiment. I just thought it was cute, and I don't think I've ever used that Happy Halloween sentiment before, because this year is actually the first year I've ever made Halloween cards. And I popped all these little pieces of candy up along the bottom of the card and all around the ghost with foam dots as well. And then I realized it didn't look finished enough for me, so I took the corner rounder punch and I punched the 2 outside corners, or actually I punched all 4 corners of it. And here's the finished card. I really love the way it turned out. Let me know what you think. Did I make good use of it? Check out some other videos that you may enjoy, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate it. It helps me out so much. Thank you. Have a great day.